Hi everyone, this is Veronica. Today our topic of discussion is India's new all-purpose emergency number. So what is this number? 112. So we'll discuss in detail about this. For queries and video updates, you can connect with me on Instagram and Facebook because I feel together we can make a difference. Now see, what is the relevance of this topic? In your mains paper 2, it would be covered under e-governance. At objective level, you should know about ERSS, Justice Verma Committee. At subjective level, what is the utility of ERSS? So now, in what context we are studying this? So this number has been launched in India. It's quite a long time now. But recently, Delhi has become the 5th union territory after Puducherry, Daman and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands to implement the Emergency Response Support System, that is ERSS, since it was inaugurated. So in November 2018, so this is, you can consider as a fact for prelim, in November 2018, Himachal Pradesh became the first state to roll out ERSS, under which there is single emergency response number across the country, that is 112. So ERSS, the full form you can note down from here, Emergency Response Support System. So now talking about this Emergency Response Support System, in India, this decision to launch ERSS was taken in the wake of 2012 Delhi bus gang rape case. That was the Nirbhaya incident. Then MHA accepted the recommendations of Justice Verma Committee. So here in detail we will talk about Justice Verma Committee and its suggestions also. So they were basically in the backdrop of unfortunate incident of Nirbhaya in December 2012, and it has approved a national project by name of ERSS. And ERSS was earlier referred as, I will write here, Nationwide Emergency Response System. So E is for Emergency Response System. I hope you can get it now. So with this was in a view to introduce a pan-India single emergency response number 112 to address all kinds of distress calls, be it towards police, fire or ambulance. So there would be only one number. Now talking about why they have chosen 112, because a single emergency number under ERSS makes it very easier for people traveling across the states or union territories, since they don't have to remember the local emergency numbers for every place. So emergency number 112 is easy to remember, and moreover it is the only emergency you need to remember in India. So this is very important because people confronted with an emergency can be stressed or even in panic, and they tend to forget the numbers if they have memorized. So this is very easy number. But here the existing numbers such as 100 is for police, 101 for fire, 108 for health services, women helplines like 1091, 181, child helpline 1098, etc. So ultimately, gradually what will be done, they will be integrated under 112. So there's also an application in our country also. You can find it easily in your Apple Store or the Google Play Store. 112 India app, which has been launched as well, through which users after registering can reach out to police, health, fire and other services. And 112 is a very common emergency number in several other countries, as well as including the most countries in Europe also. So the choice of number has been cited because it has logical terms also when we talk about its advantages, because different digits with the numeric keypads widely used today, using at least two different digits instead of the same digit repeatedly significantly reduces the risk of accidental calls, because young children, vibrations, defective keys and collisions with other objects are much more likely to press the same number repeatedly than a particular sequence of different numbers. So particularly with the button operated keypad. So accidental calls to emergency centers from mobile phones, which can dial emergency numbers even with locked keypad, are a particular problem. Like in UK it was 999. So repeatedly it was being called just accidental call. So to avoid that also, so there is a logical reason for having 112 also. So once again, talking about this emergency response system, here the central government has allocated 321.69 crore under Nirbhaya fund for implementation of this project across the country. So under this project, what has been done, I told you. But now I will tell you some of the features of the mobile app. As I told you, there is a mobile application also, 112 India mobile app. It is part of ERSS, a Government of India initiative. So in any emergency, a person in distress may seek for the assistance of local emergency service delivery departments and even the volunteers through the app. So this app will send emergency alert with the user's details. So if you have registered, there will be your name, there will be your age, emergency contacts, and location information is also shared through this application, along with generated call to 112 to the state emergency control room and the person's emergency contacts also. So the system forwards this emergency alert to nearby online local volunteers if available. So emergency alert is notified with an audible sound, visual alert on the volunteer smartphones also, and the volunteers can mark their consent to help, and the volunteer details along with photo and contact number will be forwarded to the person in distress. So there are many features on this app, like providing the single panic app across the country for addressing citizen emergency, then providing 24/7 efficient and effective response system which can be involve local volunteers from citizens to provide efficient emergency response system, then the identification of location of person in distress connecting through voice or data, then there will be timely dispatch of field resources, like if you have called police, health, fire or disaster management, they will come to your location of incidents using the system and integrated with existing emergency number. So it will also help to keep track. So once you have had a complaint on there on the app, you can track of the progress of incidents also and the services delivered, taking emergency service to the next level. So I already told you a fact for prelim that Himachal Pradesh is the first state to roll out this scheme. So here you should know one more thing, that the Nagaland, I will write here, Nagaland is the first among the northeastern states and the second state in India to launch pan-India single emergency number, that is 112. And as a special feature, there is a special feature here also, what I was telling you about the features, volunteer feature. So that feature is shout. So this special feature is to ensure safety of women. A unique shout feature, it has been introduced in 112 Indian mobile app. This actually allows victims to seek immediate assistance from registered volunteers in the vicinity apart from contacting emergency response center. So this shout feature is exclusively available to women. So this is a fact for women, fact for prelims. I have told you around 2-3 facts now. Now we'll jump to Justice Verma Panel. Okay, before that, as I told you, we mentioned Nirbhaya Fund. So let me tell you about that also. I should not forget explaining this. So Nirbhaya Fund, basically in order to eradicate violence against women and girls, central government has set up this Nirbhaya Fund. So it is administered by Department of Economic Affairs. So Economic Affairs is under Ministry of Finance, and it can be utilized for projects for women safety and security. And then Ministry of Women Child Development is the nodal authority in this case for appraising and recommending the proposals and schemes to be funded under Nirbhaya Fund. Okay, now let's talk about Justice Verma Panel. See, the Justice J.S. Verma Committee. Okay, this was Justice J.S. Verma Committee. It was set up after Nirbhaya incident in 2012, and they submitted their recommendations on strengthening the laws to curb crimes against women. So especially they talked about recommendations on sexual harassment at the Workplace Act, right? And even one time they were not happy with the provisions also, but almost they have given a lot of suggestions here, like one of them being set up of an employment tribunal instead of internal complaints, that is ICC. Earlier in workplaces, what is there? ICC, but now they are telling to set up an employment tribunal, what they have suggested in the Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act. To ensure the speedy disposal of complaints, the committee also proposed that tribunal should not function as a civil court. So you all know how our civil courts work. So they said they must choose its own procedure to deal with each complaint. And then internal complaints committee as laid down under the act, they should be counterproductive, as dealing with such complaints in house could discourage women from filing complaints. Because if you're going to file a case against your boss, so it will be very discouraging when you are working in the same environment. So they told that in house these particular complaints should be counterproductive, they should be dealt with strict actions. And they also demanded domestic workers should be included within the purview of this act. And Verma Panel, they also said an employer should be held liable if he or she facilitated sexual harassment, permitted an environment where sexual misconduct becomes widespread and systematic, where the employer fails to disclose the company's policy on sexual harassment and ways in which workers can file a complaint, and when the employer fails to forward a complaint to the tribunal. So the company would also be liable to pay compensation to the complainant. So this panel actually, there's one more controversial thing about their suggestion. They suggested that penalizing women for false complaints, as it can potentially nullify the objective of the law. Many people criticize this, but however, they had a point that there should be nothing that should nullify the objective of the law. So if we will penalize women for false complaints, then it will nullify the objective of the law. So Verma Panel, they said that the time limit of 3 months, they set a target of time limit that was 3 months to file a complaint, that should be done away with, and a complainant should not be transferred without her consent. So this was the suggestions given by them. So in today's lecture, we read about 112 emergency number, then the states which are first and second to implement, to roll out this particular number, pan-India emergency number. Then we talk about Justice Verma Committee and its suggestions on sexual harassment at workplaces also. So this is all about today. Thank you. So this is the channel StudyIQ. If you're preparing for UPSC or any government exam, our pen drive and tablet courses are available. If you're preparing for UPSC CSE 2020, our pen drive course is available, where you can find 100% coverage of UPSC vast syllabus. Daily current affair updates will be available. Self-paced learning process is provided. This course has been prepared by top faculties of StudyIQ, and now you can purchase this course at ₹625 per month only. For additional information, you can visit our site, and there are the phone numbers also given. You can call them and gain the additional information. You can connect with me for my video updates on Instagram and Facebook, because I feel together we can make a huge difference. For queries, you can even email me. Thank you so much.